a look at the original P8, which came out a couple of months back, and as the name might suggest, this is essentially a scaled down version of that. The P8 Lite retains the same design language as the P8 with its flat rectangular design, but instead of metal, the P8 Lite is entirely made of plastic. It's still unibody, and the plastic construction is most likely to keep costs down, but in the hand the P8 Lite still feels very well put together. It's also pretty thin at 7.7mm with some narrow side bezels that makes the phone easy to use in one hand. The plastic is mostly smooth with just a slight ridge texture on the backside that helps a bit with the grip. There's also a gold frame with a faux brushed metal finish that extends a bit beyond the front and back panels to give it a more elegant appeal. The power and volume buttons are on the right side where they're easy to reach, and the remaining ports are in their typical places with the 3.5mm headphone jack up top and micro USB on the bottom, flanked by a speaker and a microphone. On the front is a 5-inch LCD display with 720p resolution, so it doesn't exactly stand out amongst the crowd, but it can still get the job done. The screen is a good size for people who don't want a gargantuan sized smartphone, and at 5 inches it keeps the pixel density at a respectable level that most content still looks fairly sharp. Colors appeared nice and vibrant, and the screen seemed to get reasonably bright during our short time with the device. Internally, the P8 Lite comes with the Snapdragon 615 and 2 gigs of RAM. Again, no real surprises here, but if it's anything like other Android smartphones being powered by the same chip, the P8 Lite should handle the majority of everyday tasks just fine, including gaming, and the 2 gigs of RAM will be enough for casual multitasking, but will most likely be easily bogged down with heavier usage. Huawei's Emotion UI is also one of the more fluid Android skins out there, so you can expect an overall smooth experience that isn't going to break the bank. 16 gigs of storage can also be found inside the P8 Lite, and it's expandable via micro SD for up to an additional 32 gigabytes. The P8 Lite supports a wide variety of LTE bands, so it'll work on pretty much any GSM carrier, including T-Mobile and AT&T here in the States. The camera on the rear is a 13 megapixel sensor with a 5 megapixel front-facing camera for selfie lovers, and Huawei is promising optimal picture quality even in low light. The camera software will be very familiar for anyone who's used a Huawei device in recent past. There's just a few modes like photo, video, and beauty that can easily be toggled through just by swiping on the display. There's also an all focus mode, which lets you adjust the point of focus after the fact, which at this point in the game isn't anything new, and plenty of other phones do it, but it's still a handy feature to have. The battery is a 2200 non-removable battery, which is the trend with most modern day smartphones, as removable batteries are starting to become a dying breed, but the 2200 mAh battery should still be enough to get the P8 Lite through a full day, especially considering it's only powering a 720p screen. It most likely won't be a road warrior if that's the type of phone you're looking for, but there are power saving modes built in to help you get the most out of your battery life. In software, the P8 Lite will be shipping with 4.4.4 KitKat, and Huawei says an update to Lollipop is coming, but a time frame is still to be determined. Emotion UI 3.0 can also be found on board, which isn't the latest version of Huawei's skin, but the differences between 3.1 and 3.0 are pretty negligible. All the features that you might expect, like one-handed mode, easy mode, and a built-in theme engine to tailor the experience to your liking, are all still present here. Huawei's UI does change a lot of the Android experience, but it does so without feeling bloaty, and many of the features are actually more useful than gimmicky. The best part about the P8 Lite is the price. It's extremely affordable at $249.99 off contract, putting it in direct competition with phones like the Idol 3 and even the Zenfone 2. It's also going to be very easily accessible to many users, and you can purchase one for yourself starting today directly from Huawei's own outlet and many other retailers, including Amazon. The budget smartphone space is getting crowded quickly, and with Huawei jumping in the ring, your decision as to which one to get just got that much harder. If you love the original P8 but wished it was more affordable, then the P8 Lite is your best bet, and it seems to be pretty